What's up, guys? This is your guy Nerdy G here, and if you clicked on this, this is a little something different that I'm doing today. And basically, what I'm doing is I'm going over 11 Labs platform, right? It's a platform where we use for AI. So, of course, you have seen Virtual Nerdy and a couple other things that I do on the channel, and this is where I use my voice. So, certain tasks that I don't want to do, I dive right into this. If this is your first time here, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and do all that good stuff. So basically, what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna get you guys right into what it is that we're gonna be going over. So, also too, I do want to let you guys know I'm going to put a link down in the description. You click on that link, that'll help me out a very much. It'll help me out a lot. Let me say it that way. It'll help me out a lot in continuing to create content like this and doing step by steps, right? So I'm gonna do my best to give you a full step by step on the way that I use it, and I'll show you a couple of things that I've created. So basically, of course, there are different couple of platforms already off the bat, right? So for me, I stay in the creative platform. I am a creator. This is what I do. All right. So then there's a conversational AI. So if you're looking to have people to do and build and manage AIs, conversationals, number of calls, X, Y, and Z, you can do that. Me personally, I have no use for this feature as of yet. That's all I want to say. I have no I have no use of this feature as of right now, but it is nice to have, right? So back over to the creative platform. And as you can see right here, it's very easy going. And when I say easy, it's user friendly. Let me say it that way. It's user friendly. You got your instant speech, you got your audio book, conversation, AI, music, sound effects, and then dubbed videos. I'm gonna show you how I use it in dubbed videos. You guys know, like I said, if you've been following the channel, you guys have seen Virtual Nerdy. Virtual Nerdy is a Pixar character that I created of myself, and I really use out of everything. Basically, what I do, I use Virtual Nerdy, and I use Mr. Virtual Nerdy straight from text to speech. Here it is, and so what I love about this too, history. It lets you know when the last time you did something right. So let's take this for example. I'm
So,
gonna just click
whether
on.
you're here for the laughs, the gaming, the food reviews, or just the good vibes, Nerdy's umbrella has a little something for everybody because at the end of the day, we're not just covering culture, we're soaking in it. Nerdy's umbrella. Pull up a chair, grab a snack, and stay a while. We've got you covered.
So even with this, the history is beautiful because whatever you pull up, it lets you know, hey, here are all the things that you did. And you can click on those and you can go back. And if you need to make some tweaks, you can do that. If you want to download it, you can do that. If it says show details, restore text, it'll let you know what your settings are, what model you are in, 11 multilingual, version 2. I do version 2 right now because that's where my professional voice is at, and that's where it sounds as much as like me as possible. There is a version which is V3, not as my professional voice doesn't sound the same. If you don't believe me, what I'll do is I'll back over. But hold on, let me show you before I get to that. Here you go. Settings. You can play. Show it tells you how many creators was used. Tells you where you were using. You can copy the generation ID, whatever that means. But model let you know what the speed is, stability, similarity boost, style, and then the speaker boost. Always keep the speaker boost on, just so that you got it right. Um, so here are some other things too that they'll allow you to get started with, right? So if you want to tell it to narrate a story, tell a joke, record an advertisement, speaking different languages, speaking a different language, which is amazing. So if you guys want to get a further reach or whatnot, I would advise you to do that. So on the YouTube channel, I'm going to possibly dub some of my videos in a different language and see how that works. So that's going to be something that I will try out, and I will document that so that you guys can see that as well, right? Um, but let me show you. So let's go back to the settings. So when you go to settings, right, and this is in here we go, right? Create an expressive voices for text to speech model, right? Uh, whoa. So I have a professional voice, which is nerdy, and then I have a Southern woman voice, which is Taz, right? Um, so if you want to hear that, I'll let you guys listen to this preview.
Crickets chirp to the rhythm of summer's evening lullabies.
So if you guys think that sounds like me, drop it in a comment and you just tell me. So basically, what I did with this one when creating a professional um, voice clone, they want audio from you guys, right? So if you have a podcast, if you have something where you're talking, I think it's like 30 minutes, but I ended up giving them, I think I ended up giving them like hour and 30, almost 2+ hours worth of voice so that they can get my cues down and sound just as much as like me. Even if you want to clone a voice, right? And I'll show you how to clone a voice, right? So there got some new things here in cloning a voice, right? Organize voices in collections, perform bulk actions, drag and drop. Like I said, the user interface on this thing is impeccable. Okay, click, you know right where you're going. So what I want to show you guys right now before I get too far. So it tells you how many slots I have. I have two. I have 30. I have a total of 30 slots. I've only used two. So if you guys can see that right there, I'll just move my. Let me. I tried to move myself. All right. So let me do this. I'll move myself right here. Okay. And then I'll come back. So you see, I have 2 of 30 slots used. So that's my professional voice counts for one slot, and then that Taz voice is another one. So if you wanted to create a clone voice or whatnot, quick, easy. This is how you would do it, right? You come, you click on it, voice design. It learns less than a minute. Now I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you how each one of these work. Okay, so I have no professional voices because I already have my professional voice, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But like I said, I just uploaded I uploaded 3 shows of my podcast, and that took care of my professional voice, right? So it gets a lot of the tones and the way that I speak. It gets a lot of that down. Okay, so let's start with the voice design. This is the new version, V3. It says take less than a minute. Now, here is something that I mean, look, they got the best practices, right? It tells you what to do when prompting a guide. I advise you to follow this. Okay. I advise you to follow these things here. Age, early 20s, mid, like follow this to the T. Okay. It gives you a lot to go over. But when you come back over here, it's basically telling you, right? It's basically telling you, hey, this is how you get it, or this is what. Tell me what you want, right? So you can mix it up. British CEO, Angry Pirate. So let's go with Angry Pirate, right? Or let's go with a movie trailer voice. I think I like that a little bit better, right? And then what I'll do is I'll click generate. And this is, like I say, it takes less than 10 seconds. This is not going to give you like a clone of your voice, but this will just give you a voice, right? And I'm using some of my credits, but I have a nice little plan. So,
In a world on the brink of chaos, one hero will rise. Prepare yourself for a story of epic proportions, coming soon to the big screen.
now as you guys can see right here, it tells you how many credits I have. I have over a buck 49,000, right? That is well more than enough, at least for me right now. But I do have some things that I'm going to be doing, and you can buy extra credits if you want to. The plan that I have, if you're just getting started out, I think this is the best plan, and I'll show you those a little bit later on.
In a world on the brink of chaos, one hero will rise.
Mm.
Prepare yourself for a story of epic proportions. Coming soon to the big screen.
So,
In a world on the brink of chaos, one hero will rise. Prepare yourself for a story of epic proportions. Coming soon to the big screen.
now that sounds like the guy from Honest Trailers. If you guys ever watched that channel on YouTube, that actually sounds just like the guy from Honest Trailers. But also too, like I say, you can do you can make it louder, you can randomize it, you can make it low, make it high. So me personally, I haven't had the use to use these just as of yet, but once that time comes, I will, right? I'll dive into it, but that's how you create a voice. All right, let me go back in here. So that was the voice designer. That's the new one, right? So new voice from text prompt, right? So if you know your voice, you know how it sounds, you can try to clone it, but I don't think you'll get the clone. I think that randomizing it and trying to figure out some different things that's awesome for that. But check this out, so right here, instant clone voice, right? I'm going to walk straight through the steps, okay? Just so that you guys can see this. And right here, instant clone voice, upload audio, avoid noisy environments, check microphone quality. My microphone quality is good. I hope that you guys can hear me. If not, I mean, I know it is. I checked it, so there's no worries on that. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to record this. Requires 10 seconds of audio. I can use my audio. I'll do two voices. I do have something where I do have my voice on, and I'm going to use my regular voice and record the audio, and then I will do one where I'll actually upload audio and then go from there. So we're gonna hit the record it. We're gonna enable the microphone. We're gonna allow. We're gonna use my USB device. Boom. Let me know what it is. Yeah, we're gonna use that. Okay, so we're gonna start. This is my voice. This is what I'm saying. I hope that you can hear me. This is me showing folks how to use ElevenLabs and create a instant voice clone. I'm going to upload this audio. This is going to be more than 10 seconds. I hope that you get everything that I'm saying and that you hear me very clearly and do the best you can with my voice. Okay. Remove noises from the background. Already going to do that. Cool. So then you're going to click on next. So it says continue to add recordings for a better clone. For the sake of this, um, for time, we'll just hit next. Just to kind of show you if you did one. We'll see what it looks like. We'll see what it sounds like. What we're gonna do is we're gonna preview the voice first. And here we go. A garden is a canvas where nature paints with vibrant colors. A garden is a canvas where nature paints with vibrant colors. I don't think it sounds like me at all. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go back one, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna add another one. So we're gonna record some more audio, and we're gonna start. A garden is where nature paints with vibrant colors. This is not nature. I do not paint with vibrant colors. My name is Nerdy G, and I'm talking. I'm creating a YouTube video, a how-to video on why ElevenLabs is the place that you want to be for your AI cloning and using voices. Even if you wanted to create a faceless YouTube with some excitement, this will be a good place. All right. I'm going to do another one more, and this should help us out in totality. So this is going to be my third and final recording. I think that 3 recordings should be enough in order to give you guys the best clone of my voice, or a best instant clone of my voice where the microphone quality is good. I use consistent equipment. There's no noise. Maybe my air conditioner's blowing in the background and you can hear that, but other than that, everything should be perfect. All right. That's recordings. The more recordings you add, of course, the better the clone will sound. So we're just going to click next. That's three recordings, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to preview the voice now. Literature is a windmill turning the wind of imagination into stories. Yep, still don't sound like me. It's fine. So, like I say, the more audio that you upload, the better. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to back these out. So, we heard me recording. And what I'll do now is I'm going to drag and drop some audio that I already have. So, what I'll do is I'll drag these. Okay. Yeah. So these are some audio files that I've actually have of myself already. Let me add at least one more. Okay, perfect. So now I have, and as you can see, these are some ElevenLabs that I've already done. I did these not too long ago. So I'm gonna hit the next button and we're gonna see. So once you give them enough of your time, once you give them enough, that's what probably about a little bit over a minute. Well, not more than a minute. It's probably like 3 minutes worth of voice. So let's see if they're going to give me my voice. Let's see, or how close it is to my voice.
Freedom is the wind that dances through our dreams. Freedom is the wind that dances through our dreams.
That is pretty close to my voice. If I think, if I will say so myself,
Freedom is the wind that dances through our dreams.
pretty close. So I'm not gonna save that voice because I already have a professional voice of myself. But as you guys can see, basically what you would need to do is make sure that this little deal right here, once it says perfect, that should be more than enough. That should be more than enough voice content for them to do a great replica of your voice. And just so that you guys can hear what these actually sound like, which I'm gonna show you, these are virtual nerdy creations that I did make.
Y'all, we need to talk about something that's been gnawing at me lately. It's about our country. The good. So here's the deal. We've got folks like Ellen DeGeneres, Rosie O'Donnell, Aziz Ansari, Nicole. Listen, I'm not here to spread panic or conspiracy theory. Now I know what you're thinking. Nerdy G, we can't look. I'm not here to tell you the sky's falling. America, remember, we're all in this together. Whether you're working a 9 to 5, welcome to Nerdy's Umbrella, where ideas, our mission to entertain, connect, and
So you guys hear how that sounds. That's everything, right? So, um, just that simple. You know what? Yeah. So it's just that simple, right? Next, and then of course, like I said, it has I hereby confirm that I have the rights to or consent to upload the clone. These voices samples do not. I will not use them. The platform generated content for any illegal, fraudulent, all of that good old stuff, right? So make sure that that's not what you're doing, right? Make sure that you're not doing anything like that. Like I said, once again, I do not want to save that voice. So once you do that, the voice will save, and then voila, it'll pop up in your voices. So you just click on my voices, and so there's my professional voice, and then there's my there's another voice that I have used, right? And um, I can edit this voice if I choose to. I can delete it, and I just put Southern Woman, and then I can add the audio, and we can do better. So we can add more recordings. It was only 2 recordings for that one, but if I wanted to add more recordings to make that voice more accurate, I could do that as well. Okay. So let's move on to something a little bit more different, right? So that's the voices, so you can explore. I don't have any collections. I haven't created any collections or anything like that. But these are like trending voices, which is funny to me. But you can
Your
listen to
anger
these.
against every form of insult and oppression must be out of love.
So if you're like putting out like little know how to videos or shorts and you don't want to do the talking for it, use this. Use 11 Labs, right? If you're going to, and I'm talking to you guys who do um, PowerPoint presentations, right? Yeah, do they want you talking in the PowerPoint presentation when you're presenting? Yes, that's what most companies want you to do. They want you to they want to hear your voice loud in the room, but sometimes we do know like, hey, there may be a part or a portion of the presentation where it kind of gets to numbers or whatnot, and you want to kind of do something real quick, fast, and hurry, use this. If you wanted to read a disclaimer, use this. Things that you don't want to have to say, use 11 Labs. It's going to be great. And then, too, I feel like this if you're using different voices, it'll help you out too, as well, right? Um, let's see what John sounds like.
A laugh can chase away the shadows of a long day.
All right. Burt Reynolds. I don't know what this is, but let's check it out. Let's see.
For the good old American life, for the money, for the glory, and for the fun. Mostly for the money.
So if you want to listen to Burt Reynolds, there you go. You got Burt Reynolds over here. Let's see. What's another popular one? See, these all are 2 years ago. Let's see who is this? Who is David? What's this money say? So this one, I'm not gonna spend none of my cash on that. So let's try this one.
In a world where secrets were buried and trust was a luxury, one man was about to discover the truth. Get ready for the Genesis mission.
All right. So plenty of voices that you can play around with. There's like I say, there's a collection. There's a lot of things. So click on this explore page, and then of course hand picks for whatever case you want. Right? You got studio quality, conversational voices. Uh,
It's not about what we have or what we achieve, but about how we experience each moment. This is the most profound secret of life.
so if you're doing those explainer videos as well, if you want to create explainer videos, this will be a good thing as well to create. Till you come here and use these voices. If you're one of those people who say, "Oh, I don't like my voice. I don't like my voice," come in here, find a voice that you think that will be, um, that suits you on whatever kind of content you're creating. I would stay away from me personally. I will stay away from the ones that are high use just because you'll there's a lot of people out there that's using it. Me personally, I would want to do something totally different, right? And then these are the best voices right now. Let's just click on Juniper. Wow.
Hey, everybody. This is Juniper. I think I would be a great choice for your podcast. I'm pretty laid back and pretty casual. Give me a try.
See. So those type things, right? To get people engaging, like I say, if you don't want people to just to keep hearing your voice over and over and over again, then here we go. This is what will work, right? So back over here, back to explore. All right, so let's jump down right into it. How easy is it? Oh, and if you want to do it in different languages, right? So how easy is it? Let's go to the playground. How easy is it for you to move on and do something like text to speech, right? All right, so here we go. Text to speech. I'm changing the voice. What voice are we taking? Let's see something. Explore. Back. All right, so we are going to 11. We're doing version 2. All right, we're doing version 2, high quality. That's where we're at. This, I'm not. I haven't used this one. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I haven't used this one. I know it says 50% cheaper. You got more than enough credits, okay? So just depending on what you're doing, you got more than enough credits. This right here, depending on what reach you're trying to get. So I'm going there. I'm gonna change this, and then I'm going to choose my voices. So these are default voices or whatnot, right? I'll say voices. So I'm gonna click my professional voice clones. It normally just used to be like a drop down, and you just click on it, and there you go. It has my settings already saved from what I originally did. And so let's just do something randomly, right? Let's do this. Since I do have a, let's say, there we go. We're going to use this. It's 191 characters.
You
I'll check
said
off
you'd
as a,
always be there for me. But when the chips were down, when I looked over my shoulder, where were you? This city chewed me up, and you watched, sipping on your half-calf latte.
okay, wasn't expecting her voice to pop up, but it came up. So I don't like, okay, so, okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to regenerate the speech and I'm going to regenerate it with my voice, with my professional voice, and let's see how that sounds. Now,
You said you'd always be there for me. But when the chips were down, when I looked over my shoulder, where were you? This city chewed me up and you watched, sipping on your half-calf latte.
sounds very sarcastic. I just want you guys to know. I want you guys to know that sounds very sarcastic. All right, so here's a kicker. The beauty about this is that with version 2, I have my voice, right? And it has my speaker boost, everything. You get 2 chances on this to redo it, right? So they don't charge you. You get two free regenerations, and it doesn't charge you again. So if you want to like adjust the settings over here or something like that, it'll do that. Like I say, I have 148,000 credits, right? Credits is based on length of the text selected and the voice rate multiplier. I got a lot. I'm not worried about it. All right, and that's because of the plan that I have. The plan that I have, like I say, I'll show those to you at a different time. I know that this video is getting kind of long, but that's okay because I want you guys to see all the things that you can do. And like I said, I probably just break these down into a different couple or a couple different videos, um, diving right into them, right? But the text to speech is simple, easy, and it's just that you pick a voice, you do that. Now, if you want to get a little bit more creative, right? And you want to add in laughs, you want to add in uh, some things, right? You switch over here to 3, okay? And 3, or like they say, is telling you right now our most expressive text to speech model. Select the 3, uh, click add speaker, add new speakers, use audio tags. So check this out. Now, here is the thing. I love this. Okay. I love this part, right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a speaker. Okay. We're not, this speaker is not Liam. We're going to go with this Juniper person, right? And we're going to do that. I think Juniper was free. It's fine. So much is free. Okay. And then we're going to have Juniper reply to this. City chewed me up and watch, uh, what is that? The city chewed me up and you watch sipping on your, eh, it was good. It was good. That, 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 that. Gonna hit that little, like that. Laughs. Close it off. What is it will have me to do? That's it, right? Now, this is beautiful. Watch.
You said you'd always be there for me. But when the chips were down, when I looked over my shoulder, where were you? This city chewed me up, and you watched, sipping on your half-calf latte.
It was good to... What is it that you would have me to do?
Yeah, don't know exactly what that is, right? So what you can do is,
You said you'd always be there for me. But when the chips were down, when I looked over my shoulder, where were you? This city chewed me up and you watched, sipping on your half-calf latte.
It was good too. What is it that you would have me to do?
Generation 2 was better. So Generation 1, not so great, but the second one, way better. You heard the little chuckle, and it's like, got it. This where it says getting creative and putting these words in here, right? Let me see if I can do. Oh, let's see if I can do this and say. Let's see if I can add a pause in here, and then see if that works. Let's see. So we're gonna regenerate this again, and we're just gonna try it out.
You said you'd always be there for me. But when the chips were down, when I looked over my shoulder, where were you? This city chewed me up, and you watched, sipping on your half-calf latte.
It was good too, Doc. What is it that you would have me to do?
That one wasn't bad. It was good too.
You said you'd always be there for me. But when the chips were down, when I looked over my shoulder, where were you? This city chewed me up, and you watched, sipping on your half-calf latte.
It was good too. What is it that you would have me to do?
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Generation 2. I don't know where the singing came from. I don't know where the singing came from. That is brand new to me, but I like it. So with the version 3, there's a lot that you can do. You got the laugh and the pause. You can, like I say, there's a lot. There is, oh, see, angry, annoyed, chuckles, laughs, short pause, thoughtful, and that's enhancing it, right? With those, and then so um, we're gonna say keep, and then we're just gonna hit.
You said you'd always be there for me.
Well, we're gonna generate this speech again. I don't mind the, like I say, the credits. You guys don't have to worry about. See,
You
right there it
said you'd
says
always be there for me.
to
But when the chips were
regenerations.
down, when I looked over my shoulder,
I don't know where the
where
singing's coming
were
from.
you? The city chewed me up, and you watched, sipping on your half-calf latte.
It was good too. What is it that you would have me to do?
Thoughtful. I felt that. So
You
get
said
that emotion.
you'd always be there for me, but when the chips were down, when I looked over my shoulder, where were you? This city chewed me up, and you watched, sipping on your half-calf latte.
It was good too. What is it that you would have me to do?
Now, Liam and Juniper, y'all can make it to Young and the Restless. Okay, y'all can make it to Young and the Restless. That's exactly what this sounds like. It is cool. It is cool. Um, but this is the playground, right? This is just some of the easy things that you can do in 11 Labs, right? Um, this is like I say, you can have fun with all of these voices. You can jump around. There's best voices. There's so many that you can just try.
All right, lads. Now we got a proper northern accent for you. Not like these other southern fairies on here. You'll absolutely love it.
Did you listen to me, soldier? You think you have what it takes to be the best?
So you can get creative with all type of voices. You can create if you're talking about PowerPoint presentations. If you're creating dialogue back and forth, where you know you can take you can literally take chat gpt and create a couple scenes with and have this dialogue going back and forth, and you can just create it yourself. So that is something in itself that you can do. Also to text to speech, like I say, I'll show you one of the ways that I actually use it, and I'm just going to bring something on screen
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know you guys hear that.
Nerdy G, we can't all just pack up and leave like some Hollywood big shot. And you're right. But that doesn't.
Not exactly sure why it's not letting me bring this over. Alright, so not exactly sure why it's not allowing me to bring this over. So this is what I'll do. God dang it. So this is what I'll do. So this is the platform that I use to create my virtual nerdies. I take my speech out of ElevenLabs and then I bring it over here. Here's something that I've been working on as yesterday, August 23rd. So this is some content that is already out. So I'll play one of these, but literally, as you can see, let's go with something that's short. And folks are gonna say, "How did you get?" So let's take this one for example, right? And so what it shows you is, boom. I started with a frame and I added my audio script. So if you want audio script, basically what you do.
Hey, you there? Come kick it with Nerdy G on Oh That's Random podcast as he uncovers the extraordinary and the ordinary. New episodes every Friday, available on all platforms. Don't miss out.
And that came strictly from
Hey,
ElevenLabs.
you there? Come kick it with Nerdy G on Oh That's Random podcast as he uncovers the extraordinary and the ordinary. New episodes every Friday, available on all platforms. Don't miss out.
Just like that. So basically, and I'll show you guys exactly how easy that this is. So all I'll do is, and I know this is an ElevenLabs showing, but the best way to do these are go video, and then it says right here, add audio script. So for most of these, so like I use Hedra, right? Add my audio script. All I do is I upload my audio. All of my audio is right here. My music. It says music, but it's audio, right? So I take ElevenLabs and I take that and I click upload, voila, and then I just hit play.
Hey there, Virtual Nerdy here. I want to take some time to tell you about Nerdy's umbrella.
Right? So cool. You add it. It's going to give you that about the audio. And then what you do is you just select your image. Right? So if I want to come back over here, I have my images already there. I'll take this. I'll use another couple seconds. Me personally, I'm going to take it down from 720 to 540. That saves me a couple of credits over here. And then, of course, I'm going to do this in the 9x16. Leave it as audio, right? Leave it as auto, right? Most folks say, okay, hey, when you're doing AI, right, you want to do it in 5-second increments to try to keep it down from messing up, or your fingers and everything are looking kind of crazy. Me personally, I hit this right here, inspired me, right? These are just gestures that you're giving to the character to tell the AI, hey, only do this. So the prompts aren't that much, right? So I'll leave it at that. Person smiles, but if you keep hitting this, main person maintains eye contact. I like that one better. It's gonna cost me 17 credits. I got it. Don't worry about it. Okay. I use this as an everyday process. Okay. So my processes that I'm using, these are everyday processes. This doesn't take that long. I create everything with my voice, my audio voices and everything. I create all of those things in ElevenLabs, right? And then I just come over here and I add this. You guys are gonna see what it looks like. I'm not exactly sure why I couldn't bring my other ones over, but I'll show you just like that. So basically, you come over here, you generate it, and then you hit the download. Once you hit the download, all right, it's gonna pop up.
Did you listen to me, soldier? You think you have what it takes to be the best?
So that's that, right? So when you create your speech right here, back and forth, right? Click back over here. Let me see. So we'll do.
You said you'd always be.
I'll pause it, download, and voila. Now it's mine, and it'll play this one. It'll play this one. It'll show up in my wherever I chose to save it at. You double click on it and saved. Just that simple, easy peasy friendly, user friendly. I'm going to keep saying that. This is very user friendly. All right. The queue, it's already done. It's 100%. There we go.
Hey there, Virtual Nerdy here. I want to take some time to tell you about Nerdy's umbrella.
That's it. It does the auto sync automatically with the audio script. And like I say, I use file.
Hey there, Virtual Nerdy here. I want to take some time to tell you about Nerdy's umbrella.
And if I wanted to change it, I could change it to 720. It'll clean up some of those pixels or whatnot. I'll just have to use more. If I were to do that, I would use more. Well, I have to add first. So we'll just go back to the same thing right here. Click there, upload, audio script, audio recording, same one. We'll do the same one that was 5. That 5-second one was cost me 17. If I do this one again, this one will cost. So we'll just let you know.
Hey there, Virtual Nerdy here.
Add to the video, content right there. There we go, policy. Click OK. And then as you can see, if I were to click on it, instead of using the 17, it'll use 13. This will be a little bit more cleaner, but we don't need to go through that because we're all here for ElevenLabs. All right. What I'll do is, this is just the text to speech. And what I'll do is I'll get into more because the video is already getting long. So what I'll do, this is just a demonstration. What I'll do is I'll chop this video up and I'll create another video. So for right now, this is just a overview of text to speech from ElevenLabs. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share if you want to see more content like this. Also, too, the link down in the description, it will help me out a lot, right? Just to continue to creating this content. So if you're loving what you're seeing from ElevenLabs, just from this text to speech piece, click the link that's in my description, right? It's going to be right there at the top. Click that link in the description and sign up, use my link, and I'll keep creating this and showing you awesome things that you can do with this.